I'm Kirsty, the Membership Manager here at the Alliance of Independent Agencies. We support and amplify and represent independent agencies, and we're delighted to partner with Instreamatic. So I shall be passing you over to Emma and Simon from Instreamatic to lead this webinar on AI in creative production. Over to you both.
Thank you so much, Kirsty. I think some of you may have microphones on. It's just a heads up. Check it in case. But yeah, very happy to have everyone here. And welcome to today's webinar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're listening to us. And as Chris already said, we're going to focus on the role of AI in advertising. And we will have a specific focus on producing audio and video creatives. And we all know that as digital landscape evolves, AI is it's not an option anymore. It's basically a necessity for creating compelling, personalized, and efficient ad campaigns. And today we will uncover how AI can help you in this way and how AI helps create ads that are crafted and delivered in an impactful and personalized way. So we really want to focus on three specific aspects of AI in advertising. First of all, it's content generation, it's copy generation, it's crafting ad copy for audio and video ads. And AI in this way can help create compelling narratives that are aligned with your brand messages, but also with the specific goals on the campaign. The second one is production efficiency. And AI basically streamlines the ad production process and reduces the need for manual intervention. This not only cuts the costs and time for production, but also helps the creative teams to allocate resources to more strategic marketing initiatives. And last but not least, we will focus on personalization. AI excels in creating highly personalized ads tailored to individual preferences, behaviors, and usage patterns. And result is highly targeted advertising where each ad is optimized for different audience segments. Let's look just on several examples and quickly dive into each of these specific applications of AI. First of all, AI is reshaping ad creation by automating and optimizing the generation of ad copy. This enables brands to produce content quickly and to produce content that is consistent with brand voice, your storytelling, but also with the specific campaign objectives. In this specific case, JP Chase took a significant step forward by using AI for copywriting. And Chase's marketing officer said that AI can create a compelling copy that a human marketer might not have thought of. And the usage of AI in the case with JP Morgan led to an impressive 450% increase in ad CTR. And this basically shows you that using AI, you can go from 0 to 1. And the first step is by using AI in copy generation. Then we'll move to content production and to production efficiency. Basically, AI can help you, as I already said, streamline content production. And AI is revolutionizing how ads are produced, significantly reducing time and costs while enhancing the quality of the final output. We have an interesting case study from Bloomreach, an e-commerce platform, and they used Jasper AI. Probably all of you have heard about Jasper AI to transform advertising by enabling the mass production of content. And what this helped Bloomreach achieve is the team being focused on more overarching marketing initiatives, while AI was producing content for their website. The result was an impressive 113% increase in blog output and a 40% increase in overall site traffic. And this, once again, helps you streamline your production. But the real competitive edge, as we believe, comes from personalization. With the overload of different content that we have right now, personalization is really what makes your ad stand out. And this is exactly where you may want to think about leveraging AI. Probably you've heard about it, maybe not. There is this brand called Synthesis. It does video AI. And they have a very interesting case study with a luxury watch brand. And they use Synthesia to create personalized video featuring a virtual avatar of a well-known brand ambassador. Basically, every video had this avatar, and this avatar mentioned the name of every specific user. And personalization results in enhanced customer engagement and a notable increase in brand loyalty and sales. This is somewhere where I want to stop. And I really want you to think that, as I said, content production, copy production, and the production of creative assets with AI takes you from 0 to 1, but personalization is actually what takes you from 1 to many.
Emma, thank you. That was awesome. Okay, I'm taking over here. So my name is Simon Dunlop. I'm the CMO at Instreamatic. And we're going to talk a bit now about Instreamatic, but specifically how we go from one creative to many in a matter of minutes, and looking at how we leverage AI to affect copy, personalization, production, and how this really enables media optimization at scale. So we built a platform that allows you to go full speed on for ad optimization, including A/B testing and personalization. We use the essence of this, we use existing video footage and create a new ad concept or new ad concepts for A/B testing. So in other words, we'll take an existing video ad or an approved video asset, a minute, 2 minutes, and use the platform to create ready-to-run, highly differentiated ad campaigns. Likewise, if this was an audio ad campaign, we can do the same thing. But today I'm going to be showing some demos of how we do this with a video ad. So I'm going to play 3 demos actually that illustrate AI in work, different elements of AI at work. We're going to take a single generic Cadillac ad, and then we're going to reform it. I'm going to play you 3 videos. The first will be the original ad, and then the other 2 are produced completely using AI for you to see how easily different versions can be created and how well this lends itself specifically to A/B testing and ideation. Demo time. So here's the original ad, which I'm going to play now.
Make this year your year in a Cadillac. Shine your brightest everywhere you go. Keep challenging yourself, but remember to celebrate and set the pace for everyone else to follow. Because in a Cadillac, only the exceptional awaits. So visit a Cadillac showroom and start your year in style today.
Ads.
Okay, so here we saw the original ad that the Cadillac team produced.
Okay.
Original voice, no contextual parameters. And in this next video, what's going to happen now, our AI has taken the original video ad, analyzed the scenes using computer vision, taking into consideration campaign goals, and created a new concept designed for personalization, in this case, using a single parameter, which is the name of the city. Let's play this.
Right here in Chicago, a world of luxury and performance converge. That's Cadillac. Picture yourself navigating the streets of Chicago with unmatched style and grace, all from behind the wheel of your very own Cadillac. Immerse yourself in an impeccable design, cutting-edge technology, and the thrill of a true driving masterpiece. Test drive a Cadillac today in Chicago and redefine your journey.
Okay, so here the AI shows different voiceover, different background music. Video is the same at this point, but already it feels very different. And you can see how that would address or resonate with a very different audience than the original. Now, for this third demo, here the AI platform is actually going to completely reconfigure the video and restructure it, and add a number of other elements, which I'll describe afterwards. But let's play, and you can see how different this will feel.
Netflix viewers appreciate elegance and technology. That's Cadillac. Enjoy an exclusive $3,000 customer bonus, available for only 2 more weeks until the end of April. Designed for those who appreciate precision, Cadillac combines powerful performance with graceful aesthetics that capture attention in every detail. Claim your Cadillac. Visit Cadillac dealership at 646 11th Avenue, New York, and experience the pinnacle of automotive luxury.
Okay, so again, feels very different. Different voiceover, different music, background music. But in this case, you can see the computer vision model has analyzed the original video and the scenes and then created a completely fresh video with the voice and the music to match. And in this case also, we saw how numerous contextual parameters, I'm not sure if you spotted them all, but there was the name of the publisher, in this case, or the platform, in this case, it was Netflix, a targeted customer bonus offer, a countdown in days to the offer expiry date, name and address of the dealership. So all of that really results in a highly personalized experience for the viewer. But also just to remember this, that whole ad was automatically compiled using AI, and just how different changing the voice in the edit, the impact that has on the ad and how it would be perceived. I think these three examples sort of give a great illustration of how A/B testing can work in an environment where you can produce very high quality product in an instant. And these very three different videos could be tested in flight, and then better performing creative promoted and less performing creative discontinued, so that either before the campaign launches in a test environment, or actually during the campaign in real time, you can optimize and continually improve for the best media version. So what actually is going on here, as I mentioned, we use computer vision to understand what happened in the original video asset. That's the what do we have here moment. And then all 4 elements that are on the screen here, that we see here, are used to produce new concepts designed from scratch. You then control which version goes forward, which versions go forward, which do not, and whether you want to see more concepts to assess. And then the results you achieve by combining all these elements are really stunning, I think, as we just saw, and unlock what we've been talking about, this truly one-to-many optimization at scale, which until now really hasn't been possible because the timing would take weeks, the costs are too high, the efficiency is low. So certainly there was not the opportunity to do A/B tests or test results anywhere near in real time. Yeah, and the possibilities for creative personalization are pretty limitless here. You can optimize for location, day part, app name, publisher, platform, offers, countdowns, you name it. And these can be done in real time using AI, so that you can optimize for things such as live events or sports betting, and really unlocks a huge amount of very focused and relevant creativity. So this is important slide here, which just shows how we do this one-to-many optimization. You create an original asset, you come to Instreamatic, we produce multiple differentiated creatives for personalization and A/B testing. So it couldn't really be more simple. And as these different AI elements are woven together, you have just a fantastic result produced very rapidly. So let me quickly share some results that Intel achieved with us on a recent campaign that they ran. This was a campaign for Intel Evo. It was a forced exposure study that we ran with 3 different groups of people. Group 1 didn't receive the ad. Group 2 was played an AI-created generic ad. And Group 3 was played an AI-created personalized ad. And the results here were excellent. Even for the generic ad, we saw an uptick of 3 points for purchase intent, 9 for brand favorability. But when we moved on to the personalized, AI-generated personalized ads, the performance was stunning. So we saw uplift of 18 points for purchase intent, 12 for brand awareness, and 22 for brand favorability. And again, these sort of results can only be generated when you're using AI. Previously, to do this kind of personalization would have just been take too long and been too cost prohibitive, and result in very, very low ROI for a campaign. So I mean, we like to say, sort of imagine getting all of that value in a matter of minutes, and the impact that has on ad spend. Yeah, I want to leave you with the idea of this AI delivering, when it delivers such high quality, differentiated and personalized creatives, you can feed back the results of A/B testing directly into the production process and continually optimize, creating this virtuous circle of performance improvements. I mean, the technology at this point is, tried and tested, vetted, already available, and real enterprise grade quality, and introducing all of these opportunities for very easy optimization of campaigns and automated A/B testing. I'd be very happy to set up a demo or to dive into any more of these details in one-on-one meetings. And I think with that, we can open the session to any questions. Thank you very much.
I suppose I'll kick off if that's all right. I was just wondering, how does it influence the role of agencies and the creative process as a whole?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And here at Instreamatic, what we like to say is you can basically focus on the creativity and leave the boring part of production to us, to our AI. What it allows, as I already said, the AI won't replace basically everything. It won't replace the creative agency. It won't replace the creativity process, but it can help you focus on the overarching marketing objectives, on coming up with exciting ideas and test them in a matter of weeks, of days, instead of months that takes to produce a new creative, test it, gather results, and all that. And basically with AI, you can focus on creativity and leave the manual production processes to AI. And as Simon said, with the research that we run together with Intel, we noticed that people do not notice the difference between AI generated ads and non-AI generated ads, which tells us that we are at this stage of AI technology where AI can produce human-like creatives, virtually indistinguishable from those that would have been made by humans. And that's amazing.
Thank you, Emma. That is very interesting. And who do you see, who would use this the most within an agency? Do you see it as being the creative's role, or would it be somebody else?
Sorry, my mic was on. Yeah, I think this is it fits very neatly into workflow for in the creative production side, but actually across sort of multiple workflows within the agency. So it's depending on whether this is depending on whether it's used as a platform or we're being approached as a managed service. Because what we're finding typically is that customers are coming to us and asking us to run this on their behalf, but it equally can be provided as a tool.
Thank you, Simon. And yeah, we'll open the floor to any further questions.
Guys,
can you hear me?
yes.
Yeah, basically the question was what are the video requirements that an agency has to provide? Like, is it preferred to have like a raw video with just a car, for example, or can the AI handle all the background?
Yeah, it can be raw video. I mean, it's just a pre-approved video, video footage is enough. And if it's longer, then better, because we have the AI can pull from more pieces.
And can you say something about the generation costs about those individual ads? Like how what are we talking about? Like in the terms of conversion as well?
Yeah, I mean it's priced very attractively, especially when you compare it to what you'd be doing traditionally. But I'd be happy to have that discussion offline and provide you with a rate card.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Could you maybe share a little bit more on the pricing structure? Is it CPM or per creative, et cetera, Simon?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Were you able to hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Andy. I didn't hear your question.
Oh, the question was, could you share a little bit more about the pricing metrics?
Yeah, I was saying that I can share a rate card with anybody who wants to take this up offline.
Simon, we also have one question coming up from the chat. I will just read it out loud. Looking at the great Cadillac example, is the AI creating content or combining pre-existing content together? If it's creating content, is the AI model able to create content within brand guidelines and exact edits of the car models?
Yeah, so the video is not generative. The video is it's editing. So we're taking video footage, and it's recompiling video footage into a specific edit with a time target, and also considering music, background music, and voiceover. So it's taking into account it's not generating images of the car. It's just pulling from an existing pre-approved footage. So there shouldn't be any issue with brand guidelines, because we would request there should be a pre-approved video roll that's uploaded to the platform.
Yeah, just to add to what Simon has already said, but the copy that you heard, the voice, the music, how the video was compiled was all AI generated. So yes, just to clarify. I hope this answers your question. We have one more question coming from Tom.
Yeah, hi there. I was just wondering what you were using AI software for your voiceovers. Like, we've practiced with 11 Labs quite a bit and seemed pretty successful with them, but I was wondering if you had any recommendations for other apps that can do it.
Yeah, hey Tom. So we use several, right? And I think what's happening we know 11 Labs and we use them. But what's happening in the voice space is there's catch up and overtake happening, I think, across the board. So there are a number of providers out there that are getting really good. And so I think what we're doing is we're looking for different voices, different accents, different languages, and working where we find models perform the best in certain situations. So yeah, I'd be glad to share other providers that we think are good.
That'd be fantastic. Thank you for that, Simon.
And we have another question coming. Can you work with animation rather than footage?
Yes. Yeah, we can. Absolutely.
And it's also worth mentioning that the format of the video doesn't need to be like full screen desktop version. It can be also repurposed for social media, for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever social media you may be using, and then mobile, desktop, tablet. Just the format doesn't matter, basically, just to clarify on this.
And do you know if personalization works better across any particular platforms? You know, is it TV or radio? Yeah, is there any success rates?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of data out there on personalization and the effects it has. And I mean, from really just the most simple, which we saw in the second example of the Cadillac ad, where we just quoted, we just mentioned a city, a place. Just a simple adjustment like that can already have a very significant impact on engagement. When you take the third example, where you're combining multiple contextual parameters, so it really feels very, very personalized, that drives up engagement even further. We've had a lot of experience in audio, and we've more recently added video, and we're excited to see the kind of engagement impact that video has when you introduce these very personalized elements.
Yeah. And of course, the demos that we gave was like for video, but then I think it's important to mention that in audio space specifically, you don't have a visual aid to stand out, and you can only use like the voice, the music, the tone, like all the sonic elements that you may think of to grab person's attention. And as we saw, as with the case study with Intel, as Simon said, as simple as mentioning a city and saying like, hey, London, or like, hey, San Francisco, already grabs the listener attention. And then, I mean, that's just the simplest contextual parameter that you can use. And then you can think of all kinds of contextual parameters that can push the personalization even further. Clive, I see that you also have a question. Clive, you're muted.
Simon,
Yeah.
what copyright clearances do you need when you're producing things en masse like this?
So that's a good question. I mean, in terms of copyright clearance, we would look to agency to ensure that we've got that we're clear on any particular copyright matters. I mean, it's the voices that we use. In terms of the voices, those are all copyright cleared. So if you're talking about like the actual copy, sorry, Clive.
Yeah, Joe. No, yeah, I was thinking as much of the voices as they are in terms of some of the visual images. But yeah, I think you've answered the question because the voices you're using are all copyright cleared.
Yeah, the voices. Yeah, so the library of voices are all cleared, and we actually have an agreement in place, which was just put in place, a few weeks ago with SAG-AFTRA, that gives guidelines for voice talent that want to provide voices for this channel. So that's really encouraging. So we're now really building out our voice library to sort of meet demands. But on the video copyright, on the video clearance, the idea being that anything that's coming in should already be cleared. So that should be, it should be a pre-approved, pre-cleared video asset that we're working from. And then we're not generating any new images, we're just recompiling and re-editing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
There is another question coming from the chat. Once the assets are produced, how do you export and set the creatives live outside of display, so audio, video, when producing multiple iterations? Are there any automated workflow, traffic, and solutions in place?
Yeah, so at the moment, we generate VAS tag for each creative, and then that can be exported to a DSP that you're working with, or the media buy. I mean, typically the media buy would be done by the client, not by us. Although we do have the capability to do that. But so we generate a VAS tag, and that's and the assets are exported with a VAS tag.
Oh, this answers your question. Perfect. Do we maybe have, there is another one. My wife is a brand director at a major global agency. Brand client is quite demanding and often changing direction at the last second after proven projects due to go out that day, week, which often results in delay of the campaigns and slight frustration from the team. How quickly can personalized content be produced, and how many different copy versions can be produced in these moments? I think it's the perfect question, Simon, because it's the question that we like answering to the most. That's basically to produce a new copy, to produce a new creative, it will take you a matter of like 3 to 5 minutes, just changing the text, choosing the music, the voice, and then you have your creative ready. So it may be the perfect solution for your wife and the agency that she works for. And that's exactly the value proposition that we are trying to deliver, that you can iterate, change, I don't know, go crazy, and then have a creative ready in a matter of like 3 to 5 minutes, not more than that.
I think exactly that, Emma. I mean, the time, but what that does, it introduces freedom of creative freedom, because you can ideate and you can create demos, on the fly. So you can create these very differentiated ideas that you can then bring to the client. And if that's working, great. If not, you can go back and create more. And in terms of the personalization, that can be, you can update that, in real time effectively. So there was an example, I think it got lost in the presentation, but there's a great example where imagine that you are personalizing for a sports game, and you can update at halftime. So you could literally change the ad on the fly to reflect how the game is going. And or a piece of news or something that's happening in real time, you can introduce into the ad, and create that in a matter in a moment. So it releases, or it unlocks a lot of use cases that just previously wouldn't. The iteration process would just be too long to be practical. So it introduces a lot of very exciting use case opportunities.
Amazing. Thanks, Simon. That was actually my question. Can I just ask, are you guys sharing this after? Because I've got to go pick up my son and I'd love to actually put my wife down in front of this to actually go through.
Yep.
Music playing, sorry.
That's the presentation fade out music. Yeah, we'll share the deck, and yeah, we'll share. I mean, we'll share the deck, and also, we could do. I'd be happy to set up a session where we actually put one of these together in real time. So if that would be interesting, just contact me, and we can set up a session, and I can show you in more detail around the platform, and you can see how easy it is to put these things together.
Perfect. Thank you.
There is one more question, Simon. Are there any rules or regulations on needing to flag whether a creative has been made using AI?
This is all a brave new world, right? So I haven't seen any yet. I imagine that where we're going to see it first, the area that's going to be regulated is in the area of sort of deep fakes, that area, when an actor has been, when the video of an actor has been altered, I can imagine that might come in for regulation. The way that we're seeing it, the way that we see it, it's a good example to look like on the voice side. So on the voice side, we're working with, as I mentioned, we're working with SAG-AFTRA, and they see this very positively, right? Because they see this as a way that their members can monetize across by leveraging this new technology, and that their voices can be exploited or used in ways that previously wouldn't have been possible, as long as it's set up, the relationship is set up correctly, and the monetization and commercialization of the IP is done in a sensible way. So that's why we sort of set out, and approached them with these ideas quite early on, a year ago now, It's taken a while to kind of get there, but I think that if it's handled sensibly, I think that regulation should reflect that. I don't envisage kind of a draconian hammer coming down and stamping it out, because the utility value of this is so high. And I think that the areas of abuse are going to be edge cases, not mainstream. Oh, very cool. Thank you for sharing that, Constantine. I hadn't seen that.
Thank you so much. Yes. Do we maybe have more questions? It's very nice. It's always very nice to have such an engaged audience and to have.
Well, it's a really such an interesting topic. I mean, it's all moving very rapidly, and it's exciting when we see something that has a real wow factor and unlocks, you know, behavior that wasn't previously possible. I think that's all the questions.
It is. We had a good run.
That was great. Everybody, thank you so much for attending. We're actually, while we were putting this together, we had some very interesting conversations through the Alliance, actually, with other Alliance members. And I think we'll be putting on the subject of AI and AI in agency and AI in creativity. We'll be doing another talk in about a month and a half. And hopefully see you all then.
The last comment is, let me know if anyone ever finds a voice AI that can capture the wild amount of accents across the UK. Just a quick note on this. We had clients coming up with very specific requirements of, can you do the New Zealand accent, Australian accent? And we are very proud to say that, yes, we can. So if you want to test out Instreamatic in this regard, we would be happy to test the wild range of all the accents across the UK.
Well, I'm not sure we can do a Welsh accent yet. We'll have to check. Thanks, everybody. Great session.
Thank you so much. We'll make sure that we share the recording and slides with everybody as well.
Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.